dip-a-toe.
The Dip-a-toe Crypto Show. Let's talk about it.
How you doing, Simon?
You know, I don't know what it is, man. I got those. I'm good. I'm healthy. I got 10. One's still functional. You know what I mean? It's not a bad day. It's not a bad time to be alive. I have first world problems like most of us. And man, just the energies are crazy these days, man. Just
Yeah, you're not
the full
kidding.
moon is really like, you know, like, dang, dude, back up, man. I'm literally trying to chill right now, just and be one with the universe, not one with. I got no time for that. Other than that, how are you? I hear you're trying out to be an electrician.
Yeah, we are. Well, I mean, we got the new bathroom lights installed, and we just hooked them up, and they work. So that's
that's
a
good.
victory.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's a
plus.
plus.
So now we're just in the process of determining how many more lights we really need, and it's getting to the fun part where you get to pick out the lights that are going to go above the vanity, and what kind of vanity, and new toilet, and shower, and all those kind of questions. And it's like, it's fun, but it's a little bit
It's
stressful.
a pain in the butt. It is.
Yeah.
It can be, because you might like something, you really like it, right? It looks really cool in the box.
Yeah.
But then you try, then you go home and you measure. I don't know. Let's go back and look. It's like, damn, I wish we had the thing here in the garage, or at least on my front lawn, or wherever you might be. And yeah, very relatable construction guy. It's like, do we have the part here? No.
Yeah.
Then why are we talking about it?
Some of the things, they look like they'd fit when you're in the store, and then you get them home and you're like, whoa. Hey, Lisa A. Thanks for coming, Lisa. What's up?
That reminds me of a Christmas. Me and the wife and the kids and the dogs hopped up in an Explorer, and we usually go out to the mountains if we can, and we'd like to go cut one down, right? Make a day of it. And so so we got 2 trees, one for us and one for my folks. And when we got home, I pulled them off, and I'm looking at the trees, and I'm looking at, because we're in an apartment, I'm looking at the apartment, like just the scale of the building. I'm like, hey, did we get mom the other one? She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, this looks smaller in nature. So that's our inside joke. It's like, ooh, it looks smaller. Oh, it looks smaller in nature.
It looks so much smaller when you're out in the wild.
It did, yeah. I even brought up, it's a long story, but there's another Christmas tree story I'll share with you on another time after I get permission from my wife. But it's hilarious. It's the best Christmas tree story ever. Like, there's not gonna be a better one. Yeah.
Nice. Can't wait to hear that. So wow. She missed a StreamYard meeting. I don't know what that is. What StreamYard meeting? Lisa A.
Lisa A, you did not miss a Auto Crypto Investor StreamYard meeting. That is this Saturday.
Oh.
If that's what you're giving reference to. If you're talking about Alan's StreamYard live stream meeting, that is actually going to be tomorrow, because we had some schedule conflicts with the guest that's going to be on there. But stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Simon, it has been it's been a crazy week from the last time that we talked. Man, like, there's so many things that are happening in the world right now. We focus mostly on crypto. This is dip-a-toe. Right at the moment, it's dip-a-toe. Let's talk crypto. But man, the political climate is out of hand. Apparently, Joe Biden has stepped back from being a candidate, and now we have Kamala Harris. running, and there were, we know that Trump is going to be talking at the Bitcoin 2024 coming up here. Hey, Heather Lee. Hello, Dippers. Hello. Welcome to the 11 folks that are watching us live on Dipto Show. Please share this out so we can get more people and join the conversation. Ask questions, contribute whatever you would like. But yeah, so that's going to be pretty exciting. I'm kind of bummed that I didn't get a ticket to go, although I think the security in that would be intense.
It's gonna be I'm sorry, wrong words. It is gonna be worse than like a Super Bowl event. I mean, like I literally hope wherever this venue is, I hope they're ready. Can you imagine if you're working there as just like event staff, right? It goes from it's going to be this Bitcoin thing. Oh man, this is going to be a cool event. I can't believe it's here in Tennessee, my hometown. Awesome, blah blah blah. And then Trump says he's going to swing through, and you're like, oh shoot. And then there's rumors, right? Tell me about these rumors, because I heard some rumors too.
Well, so I don't know. It's not really a rumor, but so I had someone in, I think it was the XRP community, had posted something regarding Trump going, and that he was charging $15 million and to go, and then $844,500 for this private roundtable meeting. And then if you wanted to get a picture with him and just go to this like reception, you could do so for like 60,000 or 100,000 a couple. But our good friend Christine, who is much more in the know when it comes to Bitcoin, and I'm sure she's probably even going to go.
We need to have like her here. We need her here.
Yeah, I know.
We really need her here.
We're going to have her on the show soon. But apparently, they corrected that. It's that they're raising money for the Trump campaign. So this $15 million is not a charge from President Trump. It is them raising money. And so far, they've raised $15 million, but they expect to raise even more than $15 million. So that's pretty incredible. And then, of course, the $844,500, I think that's what the price is to attend this roundtable. You're talking some people with some big dollars that have that kind of money. And if you're going to actually be sitting down at the table talking business with the world's one of the world's most successful businessmen, probably, and women, and women. The money, I mean, put your money where your mouth is, I guess. But in any event, that should be very exciting. And then there were the rumors that Kamala Harris was also going to be at Bitcoin 2024. However, apparently that's a rumor, and she's really not going. So, because at first I thought that she was going to go too, and there'd be both of them there. And I thought, well, that's really interesting.
I was on the phone earlier today with our good friend Alan Staple over there at the Staple from the Staple Group, and he was the one that had mentioned he heard that as well, that Kamala now was going to be at the event, and I too said, I was like, oh, that's interesting. But continue your interesting thought.
Yeah, no, I heard. Well, one thing I wanted to mention, Heather Lee is saying, reminding about captions. So Heather, I believe that you can turn captions on yourself. At least I was able to do it. Well, of course, now I can't find it on here. I wonder if it's only on the replay or if it's on the live.
Is it on the? Are we on the YouTube?
Yeah, I was looking on the YouTube, and because she had mentioned that before. Oh, no captions are available for this video. It for some reason it's not doing it when it's live. But when it's not live, the captions work. Because the last video did. So sorry about that. I don't know if Rumble does live captions at the time.
I doubt it. If we did, though, I know it's possible because they literally do that in TV. They've done that in TV for years. So I would imagine somewhere that's available, there would just be quite the delay for us.
Right. Oh,
When we would be speaking and all that, there'd
that's
probably be a solid minute of
yeah,
behind conversation. And even though in the real world that might not be too much, but I don't know about you, but anytime I've come into a conversation 1 minute late,
yeah,
I've missed a lot. I've missed a lot, depending
yeah,
on who's talking too. You
yeah,
know, um, the rumor of Kamala going to this event, Alan and I, he's sharing that with me earlier.
yeah.
You know, and we didn't get into like a debate or anything, but he was saying this that by her going there, it'd be good for crypto. And you know, of course, I did the young Leslie Wise maneuver that most of us do in our 40s. We still have that knee jerk reaction. I was like, what?
What?
How would like how would that be good? And Alan shared, he's like, look, all the people that are very much into politics, they're not into finance. They might not be into investing, but man, they love a good old blue and red duke it out every 4 years. He goes, this is really going to be a way for um, cryptos to get in front of their faces because
Yeah,
both of the candidates, blue and red, and maybe an independent, if they wiggled their butt in there, would be speaking about that topic. However small of airtime, nonetheless, there it is. You know, I mentioned a little bit ago about the security. It'd be like a Super Bowl type of event. That's really the only other time that crypto has just been blurted out. Is at the Super Bowl. You know, we had crypto.com, of course,
point.
FTX, you know, all that stuff. Good or bad results, all of that is irrelevant. You know, you know, and Alan was definitely, you know, saying this would be good for crypto. I was like, yeah, you know, you're right. You're absolutely right. After some real good thought, I'm like, yeah, you know what? It doesn't matter in my opinion.
Right.
We need. I mean, it really doesn't.
You need everyone.
Um, we need full adoption here.
Yep.
You know, and we had a discussion about why we need full adoption. Mine was you know, my thought was concentrated in kind of one specific area, but that one area you can blossom from there, and that was profit. But profit doesn't mean like cash. Profit's just any gain that you can acquire in the immediacy or in the future, whatever that gain is, that improvement in quality of your life. Well, that's why we're doing this, man. You
Yeah.
know, all of us are really doing this. And then Alan went a step further and, you know, shared with me again, just to reiterate one of his reasons for being in this space, and that is a component to help all of us remove ourselves from the current systems, you know, that we're participating in, to give that power back to the people at a global level. And you know, he's in, you know, my mind, I was like, yes, well that, I mean, that's a gain, dude, but no, my gain still is, you know, hey, get this, pay this off, build these things. Da da da. Alan is like, no, break free.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
so my
I
thing
love that.
is that I love Alan. I love his perspective. He always adds value
I know, man. Everybody's
to
mentor,
any
but doesn't
discussion.
know it.
Yeah, I mean he's a wonderful human being. If you guys aren't following the Staple Crew and Alan Staple, please check out his channel. Great friend of ours. My perspective on this is this. Hey, new mindset and a drift wheel. Thank you guys for coming. My perspective is, you know, first I ask myself, you know, why am I here? Why am I doing this? Why? Oh, hey, Rosemary. Why am I here? Why am I spending my time and my energy with this, you know, this dip a toe show and being on X and trying to communicate and trying to inspire my family and friends on Facebook and all these things. Why am I doing this? And the reason is that because I know that the future is here and there is a lot of things that are changing, and we have this incredible opportunity, once in our lifetime opportunity to learn about and participate early on in the changes to our financial system, which are significant. Not only the financial system, but in everything that we do. And we talk about tokenizing. At some point, everything will be tokenized. Okay, and so it's very important that everybody gets a free shot at learning about this and participating early. We've been in this for several years now, and most of it falls on deaf ears to the folks that are close to us, whether they're not listening to us because they think, we're crazy, whether they think that crypto is the mark of the beast, or they think that you're of a political party that they don't agree with, so they just don't want to listen to anything you say. It doesn't matter. There's so many reasons why people don't want to listen. And I think it's really important, getting back to Kamala and Trump talking about crypto, and also Robert Kennedy Jr. has been really talking about it. So you have 3 different political parties talking about the digital asset space and cryptocurrencies and the future. Okay. And what you and I have said before on this show is, hey fam, hey Tiara, hey Toasty. We've said a lot. Some people could come across our channel and just be like, that Melissa drives me nuts. I can't listen to her, and somebody else might go, oh, I love Simon so much. This is a great show. Just like that, when it comes to politics or whatever,
Right.
It is who you resonate with. And so there's a lot of folks that are resonating with Kamala Harris. And if Kamala Harris can dip her toe into the crypto space and turn it on a little bit and provoke someone's interest in learning more about this space, I'm all for it. And I personally, I would like to see a unified front in the political parties when it comes to this digital asset space, on promoting education surrounding this, so that more of us can actually participate with it. And it shows like ours, where we're trying to make it an environment where people can come in and ask questions and learn at a slow pace, which, there's a lot of great channels out there that are doing that. And so I'm really excited about it. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, it could be fake news. Maybe she's just not gonna talk about crypto at all, but I have a feeling that she will. And I don't know. Tonight we're going to talk about Molly Elmore, and she's from Val Hill Capital. She's a friend of ours, and we got permission. She threw off 2 different wonderful memes that are loaded full of information, and we asked her if she'd minded if we would cover her memes that she created, and she was like, absolutely, my friend. So and then she said she's gonna come, she'll come on the show maybe next month, and we'll have a chat with her and talk about what they're doing there at Val Hill Capital, because there's a little something for everyone in this space, so no matter what level you're at, whether you're just a newbie and you're trying to dip your toe and learn how to even buy crypto, or what you do with it once you get it, what is it, all those types of things. And then there's people that already know and they've got a lot of money and they want to make some investments. And so, things like Val Hill, what's that?
I'm pointing at you.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I
know. Over here.
Let's see.
Go
what is
that
that
way?
TR says, if people don't want to dip a toe in now, they'll be kicking themselves in the butt in the near future. Rosie Rios already said the train has left the station. Tell me about it. Yeah. Absolutely.
But it's not going fast right now, you know.
Mhm.
But
Let
that being said, your window is very small. You have no idea how small your window is. And I'm not trying to create this sense of fear within you.
Yep,
I
nope.
am trying to stir the urgency pot, though, and say, hey, if you don't take this opportunity within here, um, you're not going to miss out on the opportunity. But the scale of that opportunity, what it could have done for you, will be lost forever for all time in this life.
Yeah. Let's
You know.
address that. Let's address that real quick.
Okay, come on.
So I have a lot of friends, and I know, you know, they've listened to me, and that and they're and it's in I'm guilty of it myself with certain things where it's like
Uh-huh.
I'm going to do this later. I'll do it later. I'll do
Ooh,
it later.
procrastination. Yeah. Yep.
Well, because you got other things, and you're prioritizing things of importance, right? And what you
Sure.
have time to do. And we all are busy. We all have jobs. You know, most of us have jobs or children or something else
Right.
that takes our attention. But like you're saying, Simon, not to be fear mongering anyone, but the window is closing. It is getting smaller. We're really early. We are early. That is true. But there is a difference between getting in something at the ground floor when it's pennies on a dollar than when it is $1 and $5 and $10. If you only have $100 to invest into something, you know, getting tokens, 100 tokens for $100, you know, at $1 a token, when you could get it when it's, you know, 10 cents a token. There's a big difference there in the amount, you know, of tokens that you'll get for that same $100. And
Right.
if you do your
The
research
amount.
and you study up and you look at all of the connections, the companies that are involved in the technology that's being utilized now, they're testing it out. That could be a significant increase, you know, over time. Even if it takes 10 years, if you
Those
bought
things,
something, I mean, those things do
but
happen,
most things take 10 years. Let's be real here.
right?
I mean,
Right,
you know,
right.
okay, let's look at Bitcoin 2009 and where we're at right now. It took that long to get here on the world stage.
Mhm.
Okay? Things take time.
Yep.
Okay? Now, did the people back then that bought in 2009, 2010, did they hold all the way till here?
Some of them.
Most that did not know what they had at the time probably did not. And I'd have been 100% guilty in that group. I would have, if I would have got something, if I would have been able to get the Bitcoin, which I had my opportunity, it was there. Like if it would have hit $1
Mhm.
to where, I mean, to a guy like myself in those situations back then, holy
Mhm.
crap, I would have, my life would have totally changed right there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and to have it this long I mean, that's craziness, dude.
Yeah.
That's like 15 years ago. Holy crap! Like
Right.
I don't even
You
like
buy.
my brother even said if we hold on to it for 10 years, and as soon as he 10 years, dude, my half adult mind was like, bro, let's be honest, you ain't gonna hold that for 10 years. Good luck, man. We know you. We've been here the whole ride with you, Simon Says Crypto, since day one. You got year 4. We'll give you 4 years max, you know, to hold, you know, because I had no idea how to hold on to an investment.
Yeah. Right.
Didn't know that, right?
Yeah.
But I've learned a lot along the ways. But back to the timing, we're in again that small window where Bitcoin is 65,000 and change right now, or somewhere in there, right? Don't quote me on that. We're
Somewhere.
above 59,000. How about that?
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
and if you had a time machine, would you go back and buy Bitcoin 2009, 2010? Yes, you
Hell,
would.
hell yeah, you would.
Right.
All
Okay.
day.
So here
All
we
day
are
long.
again. Right here we are. But now the difference is, and we've mentioned this on the show a few times, right? The difference is back then it was far riskier to be in Bitcoin, versus be in other cryptocurrencies, even being in Bitcoin. Yeah, it's far less riskier. And so there's specific coins that you could get into for pennies on the dollar. You can get a 2-for-1, right? Almost a 2-for-1. You had your 2-for-1 like 2 weeks ago, and that's okay. That's all right. But still, for $1.20, you get two of these coins. Bam, $1.20. So for $120, guess how many you get? A hundo, or $200, whatever it is. Like, dude, it's an easy play for me, and it's an easy play for you to participate in this. The problem that was very much present back then, which is, where is this going?
Yes.
Most of that has been laid to rest, because proof of concept has been proven time and time and time again. We are in the upper echelons of our societies and countries that have been coming together for a little while, but now it's out in the public view of this convention, this meeting, etc., etc., etc. That, my friends, is this race will start soon. And I mean race as in this adoption race is about to go, and it's going to be off and running. The rules are being made. The rules are being made big time. There's fights within political parties, institutions, companies. I mean, you're not wrong, Melissa. There's so much stuff going on. It's like, dude, I can't keep up.
There is. And good evening, Miss Kita.
Kita!
Yeah, what's up?
Thirsty Thursdays on the X.
So, and here's the other thing, for those of you, I mean, a lot of the people that are going to watch this show live are going to be people that are already, we're looking at you, they're already involved in crypto, and or they're already thinking of dipping a toe into the space. But hopefully we have people that are stumbling upon this channel and that have been kind of thinking about it. And I just want to say this, we talk about this all the time. We see this all the time because we're involved in this space, right? We're involved in the digital asset space. We're giving our attention to the discussions on the Hill when they're talking about the legislation, and we're listening to the conferences where they're talking about this, implementing this technology. We're learning about the DeFi space and all those things that are going on. The average person that's friends with you or me, or any of the people that are in here, as we're talking to our friends and family, you're stumbling onto this because of us, because you're not going to be watching those channels generally. And so it's like, but here you go. You're starting to hear about it. All you got to do is start doing some random searches on some things, and you will find that there's a lot of activity going on. And so, like what Simon was saying, when Bitcoin came out, it was far riskier because it was the unknown. We didn't know. We're so far down the road now that there's been a lot of boxes that have been checked off. There's been issues that have happened that have been corrected or eliminated, challenges and that sort of thing. And so right now, this is why we say the window is closing. Right now, there's still an opportunity to get in at a very early level, a very low entry point as far as price. If you do your research and you look at the connections and you see what's being built, and you take a stab, at trying to buy some of these coins or tokens, it's worth your time. And there's so much stuff that we spend our time and energy on. And I really noticed too, like the political climate is really turning up. You got protesters that were at the White House today, the Palestine protesters. There's all kinds of things to distract us, to keep us from giving any of this stuff any attention. and to keep us fighting with each other. And I just implore you to not allow that to happen. Do not let anyone put you in a box. Do not let anyone tell you who you are and that you can't learn about this stuff, or because this person is a different faith than you, or color than you, or political affiliation than you, that they have no value, right? That they don't, they couldn't possibly know what they're talking about. All right, don't engage with that person directly, but maybe listen to what they have to say and then try to find out for yourself. And when you do that, you're going to stumble upon a lot of information that hopefully will spark your interest to start asking more questions and get involved in this space, because this is the most incredible opportunity that's in front of us. That's right here, right now. Right now.
Let's touch on involvement. Okay.
Yeah.
That word can be pretty powerful and pretty overwhelming for people. I know when I hear the word involvement, I instantly think of the movement factor.
Oh yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? Like it's just, man, that's where I default to. And it ain't nobody's bad except for this guy's right here, right?
Right.
You know, that's my half adult knee-jerk reaction of a mind that does that. So, you know, get involved means participate for you.
Yes.
You participate. That's it. Read some things. Maybe you're one of those people that likes to shoot the dice, or you know, maybe that's not your cup of tea. Maybe you like feeling safe. Well, ask yourself, is what you're doing actually safe, or have you just figured out how to live in the space that you're in?
Yeah.
Those are deep, hard questions, and most of us don't like those questions, as we have to look into our version of a mirror. Excuse me, I was going to say mythological mirror, but I look at myself in the mirror all the time. Hey, man, what's up, man? You about ready for this show? I got something in my teeth. But participate. Getting into cryptos is very, very easy now. Very easy. I can go on Cash App.
So much easier.
I can go on Venmo right now, and I can give me some Bitcoin. It's very easy. You know, YouTube University is full force out there with the space. And heck, go to Chat GPT or some other AI and say, what is XRP? Chat GPT is not going to lie to you, right?
Right.
Chat's is going to give you a few little nuggets of information. Go, tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. It's like enhanced.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know, but this opportunity is there, and I know it takes a lot of guts to put some money in a thing that you don't know. So a recommendation from this guy to anybody else out there who's just listening: if you go to Starbucks and you buy a $7 bevy, sacrifice one bevy a week, or just match it up. Our friend Farmer John would do this. I think it's really cool. Every Taco Tuesday, wherever he went and had tacos, he would match that meal, as in the price of that meal. So if he made it himself, it was small. If he took the lady and the fam out, you know, obviously he was bigger. But for every Taco Tuesday, he would buy Bitcoin, and that was his way of like, oh, I can do this, just a little bit. You don't need to ball out, in fact, don't ball out.
Don't.
That would be my list. Like, whoa, don't go all in right now. You know, let's. Hey, if you gave me some money, how much would it be? Because I'm not going to give it back to you. How about whatever that amount is? And I'm not saying in a threatening, in a scared way, but I'm sure you're okay with $10,
right,
or $5, and you're going to belittle it. Oh, that's not enough. I'm not going to do well with that. It's like, well, you're right. You're just testing the waters right now. You know, it's kind of like Oh, never mind. That's going to be a bad analogy. Never mind. I was going to use a bar analogy, but never mind.
Yeah.
Forget that.
Get that one for another
no.
yo.
But it's Melissa, it's so far advanced to where we got real world assets that are becoming they're digitized, if you will, tokenized. They're becoming tokenized. And Molly's meme.
Yes.
It was great. It was so awesome, man. And I am not the person that's on X frequently. Like, I probably got like do a day. Okay, skip 3. Do days. All right, skip 1. Okay, there for 30 minutes, whatever. That's kind of me. I'm very infrequent, but I saw this and I instantly had to repost it because I wanted to save it.
Good.
I was like, how do I save this? Oh, repost it.
Good.
It'll be in my feed forever. Yay, go technology. And there's lots of gems there, but it's very simple. Oh, it's so simple. Like, I so needed this 5 years ago at Christmas. So I could pass it out to my friends and family. Just say, follow along. And then go home. Follow along. Follow along.
Well, I think she did. Hey, Cheap Suit, what's up?
Cheap Suit.
She did such a great job. And Molly Elmore, for those of you that don't know, she has her own channel and she's also part of Val Hill Capital. She works with Val Hill Capital now. But she really has done a good job with information. Absolutely. And so and she really wants people to know what it is. So I was going to try to share, and I'm gonna
want me to get rid of us? Let me get rid of us.
Yeah, get rid of us. Let's see if that'll work.
Let me get rid of the distraction.
There we go.
Let me get rid of this too. Bam. Works. Okay, there we go. Now we can see on TV.
So basically, I'll say, so this is her one of her slides. Digital asset custody, what you need to know. Digital asset custody refers to the secure management of access to digital assets and cryptocurrencies via encryption of private keys. And then she goes on today, and I'm going to try to zoom in so that people can really read this. So what is custody? Digital asset custody is a broad term that includes various methods of storing and protecting digital assets on behalf of their owners. So kind of like, your bank is custodying your money right now, supposedly. So there are 3 general types of custody solutions. You've got self-custody, you've got third-party custody, and regulated custody. A custodian does not secure the assets themselves, as the blockchain is an accounting ledger. Mm-hmm. It is really access to the digital assets via private keys that is encrypted and secured, and it's akin to securing the password needing to move the funds. Custodians employ strong security measures to protect private keys, ensuring that clients' digital assets remain secure from unauthorized access and theft. And then there's digital software wallets, which allow people to manage the custody of their own assets. And there's hot wallets and cold wallets, and they differ in their connectivity to the internet. So you want to elaborate on some of these, Simon, as far as
let me elaborate.
Let you elaborate. So let's see if we can go back over here and so we can see you.
There we go. Okay. Let's just bullet point number 2. This is a very simply put, but there's actually a lot going on there. There are 3 general types of custody solutions: self, third party, and regulated. That third party and regulated can kind of be one and the same as far as my knowledge of how that works. So in my teachings with my clients, I talk about basically 2 types of custody. There's self-custody. You do it. Okay, whatever that may be, however that process is, you're the one that's large and in charge. If there's a fail, it's your fail. Okay. Then there's your third party regulated. That means somebody else has possession of the access to view those coins on the blockchain, right? But they're large and in charge. Again, though, if they fail, that's your bad, because maybe you didn't do some due diligence there, things like that. And this kind of gets into, Melissa, what you always epically really drive home here on this channel, and that's, give it your attention and do your research. And research doesn't mean you don't have to flip through all the books and all that stuff. It just means, hey, see something, read it again, ask questions.
Yeah.
Ta-da, research.
Right.
But that's right there. That custody thing can be a big topic of discussion. I personally don't like leaving my coins in a place that has business hours. I already do that with some of my other resources.
Right,
Thank God for the debit card. Because otherwise, yeah, I mean, think about that. I mean, if you needed cash, guess what's closed? 9 to 5. That was the thing back in the day. So that still could be the case now. Is the case now, actually. Anytime on an exchange where you've maybe left your coins, technically they have custody of those coins. They have the private keys to those wallets. They're giving you some access to that to view it on the exchange, but by and large, the exchange is the one that has control of that wallet. Well, exchanges, Melissa, you've experienced this. There'll be a scheduled maintenance that's going on, and you won't get the notification. And you won't get the bloody notification.
And you won't get the notification. All of a sudden you're like, why can't I move any of my stuff? Why is this not working? And really, I mean, that is so, as you're in this space and you have, whether you have a ledger or a Trezor, which those are those cold wallets that are hardware wallets. That you have the access to, you have the private keys to, or some people have hot wallets that they also have the keys to, and such as the what's it called, the Exodus wallet.
Your recovery phrase.
And you have the keys to that wallet. But then there's also, like you're saying, the exchanges where you don't have access to, that they have the keys. You have passwords and different measures to be able to access your funds on those exchanges, but not necessarily the keys to your own wallet. So how term, the not your keys, not your crypto, is an important piece of information. And then you also have the regulated custody, which and I'm thinking, there are some of these I'm thinking, like, what I went to right away was like the what do they call it, family offices, where you're moving some of your stuff into those
kind of iTrust kind of a thing there. Structured entity.
They're very regulated. And then some of those, some of them have where you have a key and they have a key and it has to match up.
SegWit.
Ouch. So there's a lot of different options depending on which way you want to go, and we are a lot farther down the road when it comes to custody now. There has been some challenges for sure. Let's see.
I wanted to go over number 3 here. A custodian does not secure the assets themselves, as the blockchain is the account ledger. Let's talk about that right there. That's a that is a one of these right here. Gems and Mo Gems. Woo woo. All coins. Well, I shouldn't say all coins. Let's talk blue chip coins. Okay, blue chip coins. Bitcoin, XRP, XLM, Ethereum even. Okay, those transactions are on the blockchain, which means the coins are always on the blockchain. That's where they actually are at. I know that might like seem a little weird. Bit different. It sounds weird because when we pull up our phone and we're like, oh, it's right here on my phone. It's like, nah, time out. This just lets you see into the blockchain just that one wallet that's on that network, right? And so that's something that honestly, that's simply put, but man, that's a real mind job a little bit that you have to think about that. So when you hear someone say, or you hear a horror story, it's like a bad Bitcoin story or somebody lost their coins. Rather, sometimes in those stories, the loss is I've lost access to my wallet to be able to send and to be able to transact on the blockchain. When someone has lost their coins or they've sent their coins to a wrong address, right? So essentially they sent them to the wrong place. They lost them, but they didn't lose them. They're still in the network somewhere. So so I know that sounds a little crazy a little bit, but in the roundabout way, it's like kind of like
the wallet. Yeah, the wallet is just your way. Yeah. That's just your access
your window.
Point. That's your window. Can you confirm or deny this? I think
I deny everything.
Welcome. There's 54 people watching us.
54 people up in the house.
I want to say hello to Aussie Bob and Crawfish is here. And Solar Sam, welcome to the dip.
Solar Sam's in the house? What?
Yeah, and he said, bring it, Simon.
I'm
bringing it, Simon. So here's mine. I heard that if you have private keys to say you have private keys on an Exodus wallet, for example.
Okay.
Could you take those private keys and repopulate your wallet in, say, the Atomic wallet? Could you get those private keys to work in a different wallet than the original wallet that generated those private keys?
Okay. So technically, yes, you could do what you're talking about, but Exodus versus Atomic, probably not, because there's more back-end stuff going on there. However, if you were to get your seed phrase, still no.
No.
The seed phrase is associated to the private key itself, right? So it's almost like an unlock. Okay, you do your password to open the app, you recover your wallet, put in your 12 seed phrase, and boom, within the Exodus software, you now have gained access to that wallet because those words were to that private key. Now, let's go one step further. I believe in the Exodus, or no, the Atomic wallet, you are able to actually see the whole private key. You can do that. Now, if you highlight and copied that and then recovered, let's say an Ethereum wallet, you could theoretically do that there, and thus you would have access to it.
Gotcha. So it's the actual address of your private key.
Yeah, your private address.
Not the words so much.
Not the words. It's like the
words.
It's like the words.
Populate it. So if you actually have your private key, Because those words, that phrase is just access to your private key. That's like
exactly.
it's
just another
again, it's
layer.
another window, window to your private key.
Now,
I get it.
Now there's other coins like your Nemesis. Oh, what happened? Oh,
I missed. Did you want to still go on that one? I
was
gonna.
No. It's fine. I thought it was my screen. I was like, oh crap, what's going on? No techie meltdowns today. Come on, dude. A Theta. When you set up your Theta wallet, you get to pick what type of key you want. And that is the seed phrase if you want, or new mom. I'm not even gonna try to say it. It's your 12 seed. Go ahead, aluminum.
Mnemonic.
Perfect, nice. Nice, you did it.
As soon as you said aluminum, you screwed me up. Mnemonic.
Oh shoot, messed up my camera.
Solar Sam says, yeah.
Yes. They are great and easy to use. I also have a Ledger Nano, a little harder but more secure in my opinion. Yes, because we're talking about hardware with software versus just software online, right? Doesn't have, if you don't have power to it, then there's no access. But as soon as you give power to it, well, arguably there's access according to all the coders out there, and they're not wrong. They're not wrong. So but Exodus and and Atomic and others like those, I found was, for me in my experience, was great stepping stones for practice to send from one wallet to another wallet, just to do the repetition thing. Because I've had both, still do somewhere. Even like your MetaMask experience that you've been doing thus far, same thing. It was just another place for me to try to send those, and my awesome angel of a wife is bringing me. Yes, thank you. You're awesome. Another cold storage wallet.
Oh, there you go. The ballet.
The ballet that we still got to give away. The ballet.
No, we still got to do that.
We still got to figure that out. I know it's kind of a tough thing.
You want?
By the way, this is like a version. Oh. This is their new translucent one. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
The box is green. This is cold storage. So this would be considered what type of custody, Melissa?
A cold wallet. Self-custody.
Right, but what self-custody. Amen. 10 points for Gryffindor.
Do I win it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can, if you want to. I mean, we went on a halfsies together to get to the peeps, to get to the towers.
At the towers. Okay. So since we're talking about these keys, here is another wonderful slide. I'm going to make it full screen here. Okay. Perfect. You want to read that, Simon?
Sure. Public versus private keys. When a digital asset wallet account is created, a set of unique codes called keys are generated to enable access to the assets. Okay, I'm going to read that one more time. Read it one more time. When a digital asset account is created, also known as a wallet, a set of unique codes called keys are generated to enable access to the assets within that wallet, or soon to be within that wallet. Number 2, the public key is an account number that can be shared with others. It allows users to receive digital assets. Let's read it again. Just that part, because it is important.
Yes.
The public key is an account number. Also, I'm going to ad-lib here a little bit. Also known as an address.
Yep.
That can be shared with others. It allows users to receive digital assets. This key is derived from the private key using cryptographic process and it facilitates identification of the wallet on the blockchain. That was a mouthful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to read it one more time because, again,
Yep.
there's a lot. It's
Yep.
it's so like crunched down with information. I'm going to read it one more time.
Yep.
This key, I'm still on number 2, everybody. This key is derived from the private key using a cryptographic process, and it facilitates the identification of the wallet on the blockchain. So an example of that real quick would be an identification of the wallet on the blockchain. Think of it as your house number on your block in your little part of the world that you live in. Okay, that's your identifier. It is what? It is Anglio. Oh my gosh.
Analogous. Analogous to an email.
Analogous, man, dude.
So which I believe that means it's like an email address. Like your email address is associated with your account.
Yes.
Basic.
Analogous, man. That's good verbiage there.
Which
analogous
and now don't they have to where like in some wallets you can send using email addresses, because in fact I can't remember which
Cash App does that.
Yeah, one of them, because I remember I had sent it to my son, sent Bitcoin to my son using his email address. He received but he had to receive it.
Right.
But he never did, and then it bounced back to me again after a certain amount of time. So yeah, pretty interesting. But anyway, sorry about that. So basically,
it's good.
So you're saying, this is saying that the public key is your account number that we can share with other people, so that if I say, hey Simon, send me some Bitcoin, or send me XRP or whatever token or coin it is, you can openly put that out in the public. It's no big deal. You can only send to that private key, using that private key as your private key uses the cryptographic process to create the public key. Sorry about that.
Amen, sister.
Yes.
Yes. And we use the public key or address to give and share with others, like you're talking about, so that I may send you some XRP. If you said, hey Simon, send me $20 worth of XRP, I'm like, cool, send me your address. And we're talking about the account in this. We're talking about the public key, which is an account number, so to speak. Same as likened to an email address. Let's talk about the private. Go ahead.
Well, so also could we compare this then to, say, your debit card, which your debit card has those numbers on there? Well, actually, no, you couldn't.
No,
you can't. Cannot.
No,
that can be
You
used.
cannot. It's really more or less okay, just like your account number at your financial institution, to a degree. Okay, to a degree, and I'm only using it in this one reference, and your banking, traditional banking. That is when you go and you get a job at a place, or you're a business owner, you have to do ACH payments, typically deposits or withdrawals. You have to give them your account number and routing number and account number in order to facilitate that type of transaction. We're doing the same thing here, except I'm just giving you my address or my public key. Here's my public key. Please send here, right? Yep. And now let's also talk about something that is here versus that is not in our traditional banking system. This, if I give Melissa my public key, she can only send to me. She cannot receive from me. It's a one-way avenue. I have to initiate the send to her on, to her address. So the sending function is a one-way. The receiving function is a one-way versus an account, right? You give people the routing number, account number. Woohoo! We got 2 doors here, in and out all day long, right? We give permission when we set up automatic bill pay. We're giving someone permission to just take at will, right? Versus if in the crypto space, no, man, Will don't live here, nor at. Yeah. My time lives here. In my time lives here. I'll get you there. So something just to kind of see some of the benefits within the space. You do have to initiate now. Is it a 100% safe out in this space? No, it's brand new. But I would argue that it's no less safer than your bank account.
Yeah. So. Well, and also if you are going to be using a wallet to receive funds, you wouldn't necessarily have that be your main wallet. You would create a wallet just for that. Say we set up a wallet to receive funds for something, whatever it is, that money would be, you'd be able to send to it. And then we'll get to that here in a minute with the private keys, where we would be able to send it to somewhere else. So you don't want to keep all your eggs in one basket, just like you don't keep all of your money in your purse or your man bag or your wallet. Notice I slipped in the man bag. Huh?
Knuckle bump on that. Come on, give it up.
I know some of you guys have a man bag. I'm just saying.
Got the man bag.
I know you guys got a merce out there. Some of y'all got the merce.
That chest strap merce. Hey, man. Some people dig it, man. It ain't for me, man.
It's convenient. I'm old school. Did you see Crawfish? I'm saving this to my crypto playlist, and he's going to send it to the friends who will have questions in future.
Dude,
we
Crawfish, do it.
You. Hey, Money Paradise.
Money P
Good
in the
evening,
house.
my friend. Yeah. So you want to go on with the private key?
Yeah. Let's talk about the private key because let's focus on the first word there. I'll read it and then I'll come back to it here.
Yep.
The private key is similar to a password and must be kept secret. I'm gonna read that one more time, people. This is crypto.
For those
101.
of you in the back.
Yeah, for those of you in the back. The private key is similar to a password and must be kept secret at all times. It's very important. Write it down 3-4 different spots, hide around your house or wherever. Don't get a tattoo unless you feel comfortable with it.
Do not take a picture of it. Do not store it on your computer anywhere.
Right. A lot of protocols and good practices to utilize in ensuring the safety and security of that private key and you having access to it and others not having access to it or a very, very limited access to it, as in, in your house somewhere or some other place. Anyways, the private key is similar to a password and must be kept secret. It allows the owner to sign transactions and access their assets. The security of digital assets hinges on the safeguarding of private keys. If someone gains access to a private key, they can control the associated assets. Let's talk about that right there.
Yes.
If someone gets your private keys, or if someone, perfect example, all my social media heads, anybody had an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend get access to the Facebook? Whoo! man, and they do a whole bunch of rearranging and this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, but that's on a social level, right?
Yeah.
You can recover from that, right? Man, he's crazy, or man, she's crazy. Like that's it. That's the instant. Well, oh man, we get you, man. We didn't, da da da. But if someone gets access to your private key, money gone. I've been on the phone with friends, dear friends of mine. They called me up literally when the thievery was going down, and they had, yep, right there. I immediately said, they were going after one specific coin at the time. I said, start sending your other cryptos to other addresses. Go now. Open this book, do this. And I was on the phone with them for a solid 30, 45 minutes to just walk them through that process. So yeah, there's different ways to get your private keys, or rather there's different ways for you to unknowingly give access to those private keys in a digital sense. This is why Melissa stated, do not take a picture. Do not save them on your computer, because you're giving someone access. If the computer's on, or let's go a step further here. Let's say you did that, okay? Right click, screenshot, there's your private key. It saves to your computer. Oh, wait, but you also have Microsoft OneDrive. Well, great. Yep. Now, everybody who has access to the cloud of Microsoft, they be getting your private keys.
Yep.
That's not good. That's, because they have access. Now, it's the likelihood of something happening there, as in regards to odds of it happening, not likely, but very possible. Not likely, but very possible. So, definitely, if someone gains access to a private key, they can control the associated assets. They can send them off to another wallet, and it's fast and it's gone, and you can't do anything about that. So this pass-through idea that Melissa was talking about, creating one wallet that you can send cryptos to, say from an exchange, and then from there you send them to other wallets, like another cold storage or different places. This is, don't put all your eggs in one basket, and limit that digital access and digital exposure. There we go.
Very good, Rosemary.
Thank you, Rosemary. Absolutely. No one legitimate will ever ask you for your keys, and I am very adamant about when I'm speaking to clients. I'm like, no, don't tell me those. I don't want to know. I want to know that you have them and that you've written them down, and I would like you to go through each letter and number and whatever else is there on your screen. Make sure you got it, because if you don't, you're going to be sorry later, not in that immediacy. So make sure. Yes, thank you, Rosemary, for that. Absolutely. Big stuff here, man.
Yeah. So basically, guys, you create your wallet,
download,
and it creates these unique codes that are called keys. That's what's going to enable you to access your asset. You're going to have a public key and a private key from that generation of the unique codes. The public key is going to be your account number that you can share with others, which, if you want to have somebody send you money to that particular wallet, that's the public key, is what you would share with others. Right. And then the private key is where you're going to make sure that you keep that private. You're not going to share it with anybody. You can write it down several different places. Maybe keep one in a safe deposit box, maybe bury one in your backyard, maybe put one in a safe in your house somewhere. Farmer John had a neat little game that our friend Farmer
I love
John
that.
A neat
the treasure map.
The treasure map that he divvied up with his kids, so that they had to come together and put the public key together, or the unique code words together in order to access it. They have crypto steel and those types of things where you can put it into stamped metal, steel, so that, you know, that are, what do you call it? Protection against fire and water and that sort of thing.
Yep, depending on the metal and material you're using, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So you have that. I mean, some people I've heard of using books, highlighting different words. I mean, there's all kinds of clever ways that you can come up with for storing the seed phrase that you have. And then, of course, you know, your actual key itself. If you know, if you write that down, you need to be very careful. The key itself can be very complicated, and when you're, you know, if you're writing that down,
it very much can be, because if you miss just, you know, one letter,
one little thing,
a
it's not
dash,
the
a
right, it's
dot,
not the
you
same.
know, a whole thing. You know, I've done this in my practices with crypto. I will do a recovery day where I will try to recover the multiple wallets on the different devices just to make sure I'm on the up and up. Now, before I do that though, I send those coins off that thing just in case something happens, and then I've totally lost access to those coins. Yeah, no, it's just like, because on the day that I need to recover, I'm not going to be able to do that, and I need to know I got this on lock. Like, you know, like the military, the military of our great nation, they train all day, every day, you know, so they can just be in the not even one eye open, and they got three intruders gone. You know, that type of reflexes. I would argue that you need that same type of reflex. So definitely do that. I would say, you know, encourage that to have a recovery day, you know, on your wallets. Also, when you're just getting into the space and you download your first wallet and you've made the decision that, hey, you know, I'm really going to give this a go.
Yeah.
You've created by this time you've at least created an account at some type of exchange, even if it's on like the Cash App. Oh, by the way, I was going to share this. This too is a QR code, even though you can't see it that very well. Melissa could literally just scan this right here and send me some cryptocurrency. It's that simple.
It's so easy.
I know, it's so easy.
Once
so
once
oh my
once
God,
you
dude,
get
back in the day, it was like a horrible nightmare.
Yeah. Once you get the hang of it, and you get more comfortable with it. Now, like for me, like at this point, I'm not really spending any crypto. You know, and the most that I'm doing at this point is sending it to other wallets or creating a little bags for people that I love that haven't really got the bug yet, and that sort of thing. And so I'm not really using it. However, we're come so far with these apps and stuff, that you could put on your phone and put some Bitcoin, you know, on your wallet that's on your phone and convert that over to cash. Or I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. I mean, Cash App, like you're saying, you can do it with Cash App, you can do it with PayPal. Where, you know,
I've had to. I'll share a little crypto sending awesome story with sending crypto. So there was the foster kid that was with us. He was on tour scootering, right, and he needed some money. You know, and I can't remember the full situation, but he needed some. And we were trying to come up with different ways to send him. I was like, dude, what state are you in? And he told me. I said, okay, are you guys staying there for a little bit, or are you going to go to a different state? He says, well, we're going to be heading to a different state. I said, okay, great. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to this store. You're going to go to a Bitcoin ATM machine, and I'm going to send funds to you there. You're going to sell them and sell the Bitcoin, and you're going to get the cash. And I did that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Boom,
he's like,
easy.
you can do that. I'm like, dude, it's gonna be way faster than me trying to send money to you via Western Union, Walmart, etc. Like the whole. I'm like, dude, if you need this like by tomorrow, this is arguably the fastest way, and I can literally watch the transaction on the blockchain and say, whoop, it's there, right? Like, hello, so cool. That's probably one of the coolest real world. Kind of, oh crap, you're in trouble, but not super in trouble. Like, no, you need money today. We got to get that to you like now. And because of those ATMs in those different states were there, two-way ATMs, man. Like, yeah, it was a win. So
yeah,
it was cool.
I've done it too. Well, with PayPal even. Although my brother doesn't really have he doesn't have Bitcoin yet, but he does have PayPal, and you can send PayPal person to person for free.
Yep.
And
right.
So I happen to have a little bit of Bitcoin because I was experimenting with PayPal and having Bitcoin there to my PayPal account. And I was able to convert it quickly and send it to my brother all within minutes. He had the money. And,
Perfect.
Whenever I've done the other types of things where you're sending it through the bank, and you can see it happen. Like you say, you can see it on the blockchain. You can see the confirmations done. Boom, it's there. And that's like a pretty exciting part of this whole thing when you really do understand what's going on. It's pretty cool. But and the other thing is that with the value of our money and stuff, and I know like right now things are a bit volatile in that, but unless you're like in a terrible crash or whatever, having some money stashed off to the side, sitting in Bitcoin or even XRP for that matter, for the most part, it's been fairly stable for a while, with I mean, I guess it depends on like when you bought it, you know what I mean, or like what the cost was at the time, but the fact that you can convert it back into money, although that is where you're going in and out of fiat, which might not actually be that great of a thing, but because you're creating a taxable event whenever you convert it.
Well, but it's one of those things. I have had a few different situations come along where I had to, it's sink or swim. I swam. And if I didn't take the steps to get involved in this space, I would not have been able to get out of that situation. I know it.
Yeah, right.
I know it because we're to a degree, I would say most of us are trained to earn money, spend everything, right? With no real thought to don't spend everything, save and put into something else. Well, first off, save.
Yeah.
That's so hard.
Right. It is.
It can be.
It is.
But
the cool thing is when you're putting a little bit of money aside, and like we're saying, you're saving it, you're putting it into a wallet that's like you're not touching it, right? It's not.
That's right. Pay yourself first. Absolutely.
It's not connected to anything else. But I guess what we're trying to say is, in the event that you did need to tap into any of that money, it's yours. Nobody's going to say, well, what do you need this money for? Whatever. Right, you can send it. You can send it from that wallet to your spending wallet, whatever it is, whether it's PayPal or these other wallets that you can have, where you need to convert it into cash. You can send it, you can watch it go, and then you can watch it convert over, and boom, and now like PayPal, they have the debit cards attached to them and stuff, and so it's definitely just because a lot of times, like if you are investing your money into different investments, like let's talk about the 401k, putting the money in the I can't get my money out. I want to move my money, some of my money, not all of it, but I want to move some of my money into crypto, and I can't touch it. unless I don't work at my job anymore, and then I'm free to do it. And so that's really frustrating because they tell me that I cannot. Well, I have a problem with that. That really does tick me off.
You should have a problem with that.
It really,
you should have a problem with that, man.
Really makes me angry that somebody can tell me that I cannot take money and invest it how I want, my own money. Right. Like, not even if I say I'll take the tax consequence. I don't give a shit. I'll do whatever. No,
the and they still don't.
You can't take your own money out. And so, yeah, I can't roll it, or even if I wanted to roll it over into something, because now, they do have these crypto IRAs and crypto Roths and things like that. Can't even do that. I can't even roll it over into another qualified plan. So it's a bit frustrating. But in any event, I didn't mean to get off on that tangent. We have 60 people watching the Dipito show. Welcome.
Dipito.
Please like, share, subscribe.
It's good that you share your truth.
Yeah.
Because you're not alone. You're definitely not alone, Melissa. Heck, that's why I got in this space. It wasn't so much the 401k per se, but I saw that I'm giving money over here and I can't do anything with it. Like, I have no power other than once a year or twice a year. Be low risk this year. Oh, awesome. Right. Woo! Power to me. Right. I was like, okay, well, time for me to come up with my own plan and take the reins myself. And I did that. And all of us literally should be doing this. Like, we should not just be blindly giving our money to something that we don't fully understand, but we do it because everybody else is doing it. And let me tell you something about the herd. The herd is typically not the path.
A herd will hurt you.
Yeah, the herd will hurt you. And you won't. And it's cool to be together. I get that, but man, it can hurt you. It gives you a false sense of security. I mean, you're there. You're brothers and sisters in arms. But that's around some ways that's just kind of that false hope. Yeah, absolutely. You want to read that?
Yeah, Tiara says self-custody is a big responsibility, but empowering. You're accountable for your own ETS asses. Always research and invest in yourself. Amen. That's to right. That, Tiara.
Amen, Tiara.
Yeah, I mean, and even if you're
beautiful.
What I started doing is, I invested in my 401k at work. And I, as I got raises, I would raise the amount that I was putting in my 401k, just because I got used to living under a certain amount. So I was like, okay, I'm going to raise up the amount that
not a bad practice. Okay,
no,
not a bad practice there, right?
But now I'm like, okay, I took less going there and more going, towards these types of investments, whether it's Bitcoin or XRP or whatever you're into that you've researched, not financial advice. You guys got to do your own research and figure out which coins and tokens are for you. But, we have the power to do that. We have the power initially to say where our money is going to go.
I've got the power.
Oh man, you hit that. Huh? Nice one, Simon. I
had to.
But we do have some power, I guess, to send it to where we want to save it. And so I just took the opportunity to break it up a bit, to diversify. And so that's what I do. And that's what I suggest other folks do. Because we don't know what's going to happen with the stock market and things that all of our 401ks are involved in. But I do know a lot of those things are propped up with fake unicorns and, what do you call it? I can't remember what they call those companies where they're not really doing that good, but it's all pretend. And like, I don't want to see anybody swimming naked, and have it be all my portfolio where it's like, oh shit, man, I don't have any money.
Well,
I don't want that.
Imagine this. Okay. First off,
Zombie.
let's say,
Thank you, Money Paradise, a zombie corporation.
yeah, zombie corporation.
That's what they're called, the zombies. And there's a
The
lot
zombie.
of zombies
There
out
is.
there.
Let's imagine for a moment that you went through the 2008 snafu.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Now let's just imagine for just another moment that you are halfway educated in the markets.
Mhm.
Now, as in you watch them, you kind of understood things. Oh, hey, we're about to see, hey, this is not looking good. We're in some major bubbles here. We're going to pop. But yet you could not do anything.
Can't take your money out.
Yourself. Can't take your money out.
I slightly have anxiety over that, actually, because I feel like something like that's going to happen. And the money that I've been saving and saving and saving, I'm thinking, dang it, man. What do I have to quit my job so I can take my 401k money out?
Man,
I want to say to my boss, I want to say to my boss, can I leave? Because there's been other people that have left and come back. I want to go like, can I just quit for like a month and then I'll come back? Just so I have access. But I mean, I don't know what else to do. It's frustrating me.
I would totally do that. Anything that I can. I mean, look, first off, you want to walk away from the job, walk away. And go out there, try other things, see if you can find something else. If you can't, cool, fine, come back. But in that moment, try to move those things,
I don't, for the record, boss, I don't want to quit my job.
Yeah.
I like my job.
I'm always trying to get my friends and family fired from their jobs. It's just a hobby. Just kidding. I'm totally kidding. Except for my sister. She knows that I'm actively trying. One thing with the 401k is the thing that's being done for you is robbing you of the opportunity for you to do that for yourself.
Yeah.
And that is take a portion of your check and commit it to some type of thing. So you might be locked into your 401k as far as now, but you don't have to be that way forever. And if you don't have a plan per se, then just do what your 401k is doing in regards to amount. And my truth, I stopped contributing to my 401k because I wanted to invest in other things, rather take control of my own investments. Right. So I was like, okay, how do I do this? My budget is my budget, man. I'm kind of locked in here. Right. And I was like, well, turn the faucet off this one and just redirect it. And I did that.
And you're diversifying. That's
another way. Hey, that I just said I don't want to contribute.
That's how we start contributing in the first place. We start saving in the first place. It's through those 401ks. And so now you're like, okay, I think I got enough here right now. I'm going to diversify and I'm going to do it.
I'm going to switch. I'm going to switch and now I'm going to take that money. It's like, oh, your taxes. Like, forget your taxes. Your tax on that money today, it's due and gone. You have no idea what 401k tax is going to come down the road. We don't. Let's be real. 30 years, 40 years is a long time for them to make up some snafu rules that really put the boots to you. Not a good idea. Take action today in any way that you can. But that was one way that I did. I figured out what that was. And I said, okay, that's enough for me to get going. That money was going to be gone anyways on my 401k. I wouldn't have saw it till I was retired. So why not learn with that money now today? And I did okay-ish. I got lucky a few times, but that was very empowering to me because I was the one that was in charge. I was the one saying, no, I would rather try to build this on my own. If I fail, I fail.
Yep.
So what?
Yeah.
But if I need the money, I need the money. Now, if someone would have given me a becoming your own banker book right then and there,
yeah.
I would have had a whole different tune. But you know, who knows? I probably would have been like, okay, cool, becoming your own banker. Oh, it's way over my head. I'm learning about this crypto stuff. It's borderline over my head. You know, but yeah, you know, look at what you're contributing to now. And redirect that somewhere else. I think that's a great way for people to get in, and you don't have that extra stress of I can't do it.
Yeah, right.
Well, just work with what you got, man. You know, that's already coming out of your check. Cool. Yep. That's your 10% to yourself first.
Yeah, you know? just be responsible and diligent. Set something up where it's automatically buying it. You know, you can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do it.
Keep the rotation going.
Bitcoin. You can do it through Uphold. I mean, there's lots of different avenues where you can automate. Yep, Strike. I used to have it where I think at one point I had a direct deposit going. I think into Strike. I think it was Strike originally, and then it converts it to Bitcoin like automatically. There's several different avenues. Yeah, bail-ins are scary, money paradise. You know what? Let's see. We got a half hour to get to 2 hours. You want to get back to finishing?
Let's go back. I know we kind of squirrel off there. That 401k thing, man.
I know it's a.
We can do better. That's all I'm going to say. Really, we can do better, and so can you.
Just think about it. If anything, if you're thinking about it, you know, you're that much closer to doing something about it. That's the main thing. And have confidence in yourself. And I also want to say I'm so proud of everyone that has given this space attention and taken that first plunge, dipping their toe and trying to learn about this stuff. Congratulations, because you are part of the new the future, and you're part of something that's really, really big. And so congratulations on getting that tap on your shoulder and actually turning around and saying, "What up, yo?
What up, yo?
What up, yo?
What you got on my stats, homie?
What you got on my stats?" So the next part of this meme that our good friend Molly L. Moore, who gave us permission to cover, those of you who are just tuning in, we've been going over a meme, an informational meme that was created by Molly Elmore. And she works with Bell Hill Capital. And it's just a great set of memes that she's created that has a lot of information on it. And so we asked her if she would mind if we covered it. And she was like, absolutely. So the second,
Molly.
Yeah. And she said that she would come on our show. So we're looking forward to that. Hopefully next month sometime. And we have Coach JV also said hopefully sometime in August he'll come on the show. So
really, that'll be a cool thing.
Keep your eyes and ears peeled for that, because I think that'll be a fun interview. So anyway, institutional custody. Self-custody for some of us is often not an option for institutions holding digital assets. Unlike individual investors, institutions must comply with stringent regulations that require comprehensive reporting and auditing processes. Managing private keys and ensuring their security becomes increasingly complex at scale, necessitating sophisticated cybersecurity measures that may be beyond the reach of many organizations. And then she's got third-party custodians provide secure storage and management of digital assets and private keys. While clients retain the ownership, they place the confidence in the custodian's capabilities to safeguard their assets. And then we have regulated custodians. They operate under stringent regulatory frameworks, often offering additional layers of security and transparency. They're typically compliant with financial regulations, which can provide clients with a heightened sense of security and assurance when it comes to the management of their digital assets. And so she wants you to know that a firm can be a third-party custodian and a regulated custodian, but neither is a subset of the other. A regulated custodian could provide services to other divisions within the firm, therefore not third party. A third party custodian can be regulated, but does not have to be. Ooh, interesting.
Absolutely. But you know what? I want to touch on that. Okay, you go first.
Go ahead, because this one is more complicated sounding. Do you want me to scroll up to
no, I want you to stay right there. I want to touch on that last. A third-party custodian can be regulated, but does not have to be. So
yeah, what's up with that?
Well, there's not clarity. The rule makers haven't made all the rule makers. However, I think it's a sound idea for one to investigate a third-party custodian that is at minimum adhering to already established regulations in other type of investment markets, right? So, your commodities, securities, property, any of those regulations can be applied in principle to this digital asset space. So if you have a third-party custodian, even an exchange, arguably they would be a custodian of that because they are holding onto those coins for you, and you do agree to that. We're dang it, brain fart. Boop boop. Rewind. Yep. Looking at an exchange as well, seeing if they adhere to some of that already established regulation within their jurisdiction. Example, Coinbase or Uphold. Actually, both of those, and Kraken as well. Those exchanges have been known to adhere to the regulatory bodies. Uphold has been at the as far as as far as I have seen at the forefront of doing that. Now, a caveat to that with Uphold specifically, they are a broker, right? So they're already in that play. Now, another broker that I know of, Caleb and Brown, is a broker, right? And now they can do the deal and send you your coins. Uphold gives you the opportunity to let them be a custodian of those coins, and they are adhering to already established regulation, and they are having a part in the creation of new regulatory that are coming out. As well as a great many other exchanges, institutions, etc. Those are all those boring panels that nobody wants to watch. But that's what's going on. That's that open discussion, and then behind closed doors, we get to that. So that is something that's very pivotal. Especially, not just especially. Side note. A third-party custodian can be regulated, but does not have to be. We have decentralized exchanges, okay? The DeFi space, still very much wild, wild west out there, arguably compared to just centralized exchanges. You do want to take the effort and look to see if those decentralized exchanges are operating within the regulatories in where they're in whatever jurisdiction that they are residing in.
Right.
You know,
And our friend Mr. Man is building.
Mr. Man is the man.
Yeah, Mr. Man has done a lot of research on that, and he's building quite a tool that that has these different DeFi platforms, and has it to whether what jurisdiction they're in, and if they're adhering to the regulatory framework.
That guy's so awesome, dude. I mean, like,
yeah,
he's
he
so
really
awesome,
is.
He's so awesome, dude. He's so awesome.
If you guys aren't following Mr. Man,
you need to go follow him right now. In fact, leave
X.
this show right now. I don't care. Leave the show right now. Go to find him on Mr. Man on Twitter, his YouTube channel. You go subscribe the heck out of that. Tell him that Melissa and Simon sent you.
Yeah, and he not only that, he is a very, very good person. Very genuine person. I wanted to bring up Rosemary says self-custody and liquid assets that are easy to swap out and deploy the value in your own best interest idea. And then
ideal. I think that was ideal.
Money Bear Paradise said there's been a fire under my ass for the past 2 years to convert fiat into digital assets, and there's still plenty of time to get in on this space. Absolutely. Money Paradise. And then our friend Tiara says dollar cost averaging, DCA, is a strategy used by many. Yep, absolutely. Great.
DCA is probably the best way to enter in this space. Like you were giving the example earlier, Melissa and Tiara, thank you for your comments. All of you, thank you for your comments there of sound advice from seasoned individuals within this space. Dollar cost averaging, make it a schedule, just buy, don't look back. Just because you're doing the same thing in your 401k, you're just not making the decision to buy, but you're sending your money over there for that to happen, right? Same thing. Do the same thing.
Yep.
Yep.
You can do the same thing. You can research and choose which ones you want to do. And then, of course, I mean, we've covered on this show Patrick Riley with the Reaper Financial. There's a lot of different things that you can get into once you get into the digital asset space itself, where you can dollar cost average into several different types of tokens that will provide you returns in the future. So some things to think about there.
Absolutely.
Do you want to keep talking about this one, or do you want me to move on to the next section?
Let's move on to some other. Some other ones
because we are
TikTok.
I know
TikTok.
They don't stop. The next one. So, and she's got. I mean, she did such a great job with all of these. This is the great thing about this space, is that people sharing their time working on this space freely. She's not asking for anything in return. She put this out there. We did a show, one of our earlier shows. We had Rosemary had the list of terms, and we had what was his name? The Count of Monte Cristo.
The Count
of Monte Cristo had shared his list of terms, which at some point we'll probably circle back with all of those terms again, because this space does have its own language, and it's really helpful to know what people are talking about when they say DCA or ODL, those types of things. But in any event, so this section of the meme was on wallets, and so it says digital asset wallets are software or hardware solutions that allow individuals and institutions to store, manage, and interact with cryptocurrencies and other digital assets. The wallets serve as a means for users to send and receive cryptocurrencies, track their asset balance, and engage with blockchain-based applications. There are two types of digital asset wallets. There's the hot wallets and the cold wallets. Hot wallets are connected to the internet. providing ease of access and convenience for frequent transactions, but they are more vulnerable to cyber threats like hacks. Hot wallets are generally mobile or desktop software applications. In contrast, you have the cold wallets, which are offline storage solutions that offer enhanced security for long-term asset retention. Although they may provide slower accessibility for transactions, they are generally physical devices that resemble a USB drive, but also have software applications to manage the access. So that's the thing. I think a lot of people, when they're first dipping their toe into this space, they get confused over the wallet. I know that I did. I wasn't really understanding initially. But I've yet to get a hardware Trezor or Ledger type device. I do have the Ballet. I have the Ballet, and I have a couple other things. I can't remember the names of them right now. But so and there's a lot of different wallets that are these hot wallets that people put on their phones or their computers. But you can turn say an Exodus wallet into I don't want to say it's not exactly a cold wallet, but if you have that on something like a device that has never been used as a phone, if you have never used it as a phone, and it's not connected to the internet, you're only accessing the internet. There's nothing else that you haven't searched anything on that device, or like a computer, like I have a computer that is only for this. It's not searched anything else. It's not connected to the internet unless I am wanting to send my anything to or from my wallet. And I keep that completely separate from everything else. So there are ways that you can set yourself up with a makeshift, I guess, cold storage. What do you think about that, Simon?
I think it's a way. I'm not going to say it's the way, but for someone like myself, when I was getting into the space, I happened to have an old cell phone lying around. I took out the SIM card, I did a factory reset, and I connected to my Wi-Fi, and I tried it. It worked, and I'm no harm, no foul. In that experience. So, if you are looking for a place to kind of circumvent some type of to protect your assets, basically. When we say protect your assets, all we're trying to do, or rather, in my opinion, all that we're able to achieve is we're trying to mitigate any risk as much as possible, right? So to download, say, the Exodus wallet to your cell phone, old cell phone, right? After you've taken out the SIM card, after you've done a factory reset and made sure everything was cleared on all that, and you just connect to your Wi-Fi and download that one app. Okay, there it is. Okay, great. You go through that process of loading, sending coins to it, and then you power down.
Yep.
Because in the crypto space, hot and cold, in general terms, at the end of it, if the light is on, it's hot. If the light is off, it's cold. Technically, if you unplugged it from the wall, that would be cold. And I'm sure, Melissa, you're the electrician here. Tell me if I'm right on that. Where's your man at? He can tell me.
My man tell you. No, I do want to ask a question. So,
Sure.
we have the Trezors, we have the ledgers, and there's been some issues with some different. There's also the oh gosh, what's that other one? Decent. A lot of people really like the Decent.
Biometric, yeah.
But like Crawfish said, maybe this is the one where he said, my wallets are in my safe. I probably need to get out and update the firmware, etc. Okay. So here's the thing. If you're updating your firmware, you're going to be connected to the internet, right? I mean, you're going to be downloading. So doesn't that in fact make it a hot in that second that you're
in that moment? Yes.
In that moment. And so this is where I say, my mentality when I got involved in this is like, okay, some of you guys might go, oh, Melissa, no, but this is where my thought process went. If my old phone or just a new phone, actually, I didn't even get an old phone. I got a new phone that I never used for anything. And it never had a phone number. I took the SIM card out. It's only connected to my internet, which is secure. Loaded the wallet on it. Put some things on it. Now this was just a trial thing that I did. Loaded the wallet on it. Moved money into it and whatnot. And then that sucker is like logged off, powered off, right? You have to get a password to get into the phone. You have to get a password to get into the wallet. You have to have a password to access the internet. Okay. So those are all these things that have to be done. And then, at the end of the day, when it's logged off and powered down, completely not attached to the internet in any way and not turned on, that to me is cold. And people are not necessarily targeting that particular phone because it's not something that was already specifically created for digital assets. Do you know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Like, so, that's where I think it is a reasonable solution.
I would agree with you there. The other side to that, and I'm going to use Atomic and Exodus specifically. Okay. Is they're still third party. They're still a company. They have their own servers, their own cloud, etc. Right. So when we access the wallet, the app, actually, we're at that moment, we're actually connecting to their servers, right? And we're accessing it in their back end. No pun intended.
Can I time out this?
Sure.
Because it's my understanding with the Exodus wallet that they could go away. That you have your keys. They do not have access to your keys. And if you lose your keys, they cannot help you. Exodus
no, they can't. No, they can't help you. But for it to run, you're still within that application. So if they went away and you opened up arguably then you couldn't open up the application because it's having issues. It's not there, right?
Well, what about Trezor or Ledger or Decent? Same thing. They've got to update the firmware. You're accessing it through. You know what I'm saying? You're still entrusting your access window.
Any one of these, all of them have that issue. Okay, so let's go old school here just for a moment. We're gonna go super old school. Back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. When we would download, I love that track, man. That's old school. Simon Says DJ Simon Says track. That totally threw me off too.
All okay, so if you guys are just joining us, you guys totally missed him singing "I Got the Power." I can't wait to listen to that again. I'm going to clip
Oh
that
yeah,
out.
okay, yeah. You know what? You can short that one. That's all you. You do the dip and toe short for that one. When we download a wallet back in the day, we would download like a Bitcoin Core wallet or a Litecoin Core wallet, right? That's the native wallet. Okay. So when we download that software to our device, that is our access to that network and that, and everything that has to do with that network. So we're doing the same. We're doing the same thing with, say, the Exodus, but they've downloaded a Bitcoin Core wallet that is attached to the app that we have private keys to. Well, seed phrases that we can access those private keys and recover that through that process, as well as Exodus, both Atomic and Exodus. The thing about that I'm trying to make the point here with all of these, there is a level of software, firmware, update this, do that. Even on the blockchain, you have to update. You have to sync with the blockchain. You have to get all that information. Like that's what's going on there in typically in those updates. Or there's been an upgrade to the back end with servers, the apps, or when a new device comes out. Hey, we got to upgrade everything. Every time we do, technology improves. Everybody's got to do their thing with it, right? And so, to your point, when we give anything we do online, we give it power. We're online. Boom, it's hot, right? That's a circuit open, or rather closed. That's closed circuit. Circuit's closed, we're off and running, right? When we power down, circuit's off. As long as there's no, if you could take the battery out of this, that'd be even better. If you can manually do it.
Can't do that anymore.
Now you can't do it.
Now you
can't. Point is, yeah, there's all those types of risks. Yeah, boy. Put it in the fridge right next to the chicken. Now it's cold storage.
Rosemary says, I've used Atomic and Exodus. One thing about Atomic for the crypto beginner is the built-in swap feature is very reassuring to use. They also have responsive customer service.
They do. Nice. I've ran into walls. Thank you, Rosemary, for that. Again, more wisdom from the towers.
I would say this too about companies like Atomic and Exodus and Trezor and Ledger and Decent. The
Ballet, all of
them. It would ballet.
Ballet.
It would not behoove them to do anything nefarious, right? They're an up and coming in this space. They're setting their roots down. They want to be that third party, right? They want to be that third party app that you use. So as we get farther down the road, and that's the good part for some of these folks that are entering the space now, is that a lot of these companies have been around for quite some time now, and trusted. And the more folks that use them, the longer time, the more testimonials and that sort of thing, it gets better. Money Paradise wants to know if paper wallets are still a viable option. Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I would say yes. I haven't used one of those, but I think that's cool. And can you explain the concept of the paper wallet?
Oh, okay. That's actually quite like the Ballot wallet.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty close. So basically, you can create a wallet on the blockchain. Okay. I'm going to stick with Bitcoin just specifically for easement of discussion. Once you've created that, you could save the private keys in a traditional way that we do that. Okay. Then what you can do is you can print off a QR code with the public key or public address, so you can send coins there all day long. But you're only sending coins there on the blockchain. You're not turning on arguably the wallet. You're not getting access to that wallet as far as how much is in there. Let me send some out from that wallet. In order for you to send from that wallet, you have to get access to that wallet in order to do the other functions in order to send. So the paper wallet is basically like, nope, I send here all day long, and one day I will get access to this and I will send those coins elsewhere and use them appropriately. The paper wallet comes from like an upgraded dollars. You can literally print off your address and send there all day long. And when it comes time for you to reclaim those coins, it's just a one-time recover my wallet via your private keys, and booyah, you're good to go. But it's a one and done. It's a one and done move. You could do it multiple times, but it's not recommended, because the purpose is to mitigate the risk, like Ballet has done. They mitigate the risk.
Yeah, we have to get them Ballet. We have to get them
Ballet. Come on now, we talk about you.
Ballet.
We bought your XRP.
Yeah, we'll have to reach out to them and get them on.
We're trying to give some away.
Because that particular wallet is very interesting. And I remember talking to the gal at the XRP Las Vegas conference, because like you're saying, it's like a paper one. So the one part of the wallet that has the public key, where you can send money to it. And then only after I don't know if you rip it off or scratch off the back that exposes the private key, that is when you're ready to send it somewhere, and you got your private key there. And I asked her, could that be possibly a device where you can carry it with you? Yes, your key's exposed, but if you wanted to take that with you and have it only where you're, say you're giving your kid an allowance, or yourself an allowance, $100 a week or whatever it is, or you're putting money on there to spend, right? You could use that as a wallet that you're going to use with this little card thing. Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You just wouldn't put all your money on there. You wouldn't put all your
don't put all. I mean, no.
But it's a great idea. I mean, what they came up with, and I would love for them.
The paper wallet's probably been one of the most ingenious ideas of how to mitigate that risk. Right? I need to send them somewhere. Well, how do I do that? Scan, boop, boop, got them. Watch it on the blockchain. There it is. They're in there. Cool. All right. Well, they're in there now. Here you go. Here's probably a question that someone will ask. We'll finish watching tomorrow early morning. Crawfish, have a good night. Peace and chicken grease.
Have a nice evening.
That is this. You are able to go to the blockchain, type in your public key or address, and you can see the balance within that wallet or that address.
Yep.
Well, use the wallet. Oh my gosh, here we go. ADD is kicking in hard now. You can use the address, also known as the public key, to see how many coins are in that wallet. And yes, that is the thing that can be done. But if you mitigate the hot and cold method, right? Don't keep it hot, keep it cold. Then booyah. That's good to go. Sorry, reading a message from our dear friend Elizabeth. Wanted to make sure she didn't have a crypto emergency. So we're good there. But yes, that's something that you could do. So to your kid or kids or grandbabies, I know you got the little ones, right? You could send that. You could create a paper wallet. Send it to the paper wallet all day long, right? Just send it there. Watch it on the blockchain. Okay, cool. It's there. Then later, You give that to them, the address, the QR code, plus the private key.
Yep.
Right. And then boom, you're in there.
There you go.
Copy it once, delete the crap from your PC or wherever the hell you downloaded it. You know, do a test send, do it again for good measure, watch it on the blockchain, and you're good to go.
Okay. Yeah. Or the ballet. Those would be a great way to load for grandkids or friends or whoever.
And when
it's nice. I mean, it's a nice. They really are
man.
nice. It's heavy.
I'm balling, man. I'm balling.
Yeah, that's the gold one that we want to. We got to figure out if you guys got some ideas of how we can do a giveaway. I've seen other channels where they're like, when we get to 200 or
50,000 subs, we're gonna get.
If we get up to 1,000 subscribers, yeah, I mean,
I know.
Or I don't know, maybe it could be people sharing out our channel or something to try to get. I don't know how we can do it. You chatting for 3 hours? No, we're actually gonna button up here pretty soon.
Yeah, we're gonna button up.
We got two more.
Let's blow through. Let's blow through these because those 4 were very crucial. I think these 2 are just some overviews. So go for it.
Yeah, this. So this is the technical overview. Let's see if I can get it a little bit. When it comes to securing digital assets, 2 key concepts are used: the hardware security modules (HSM) and multi-party computation (MPC). HSMs are physical devices specifically designed to manage and protect cryptographic keys, akin to highly secure vaults that store private keys in a way that makes it difficult for anyone unauthorized to access them. An MPC is a digital approach that allows multiple parties to collaborate on securing a private key without ever revealing the key itself. Imagine a puzzle where each person holds a piece and together they can create the complete picture, but individually, no one can see the whole image. This method enhances security because even if one party is compromised, the malicious actor can't access the entire key, reducing the risk associated with a single point of failure. Yeah. So
that's good. That's the Parmesan method.
Yes. And some of these other so like I think it was Christine that was telling me about the way that I don't know whether it was Gemini or which place was doing that, where they had the multi-party approach where you could have multiple parties securing the private key. So you need more than one signer. Like it's kind of like having more than one sign, right? To be able to access. And I mean that would come in handy for money that's like shared, or somebody that is handling a large amount of money for like maybe a trust, or that where one person can't just come and make all of the decisions. And the SHM, physical devices specifically designed to manage and protect cryptographic keys, highly secure vaults that store private keys in a way that makes it difficult for anyone unauthorized to access them. So I'm not super. What is this hardware security module? What would that be? Where the key is actually stored on a hardware device?
Yeah, so like on a closed circuit, a closed loop server. I know. Dang it, which exchange is it? Is it Gemini?
It's
Gemini or Kraken. One of the two. I can't remember off the top of my head. I did a video a long time ago, back in my early days when I was dead sexy. I I was trying to do a show on exchanges, and it was mainly for the insurance part, right? Who has the insurance, who has the dollars, and how does their insurance work, right? And so I came across one of them has that specifically that type of a system to
The
where,
MPC?
right? Well, it's actually a server, and they both have to do SegWit, 2 keys, right? And then they access the server in the system where that's where their cold storage is.
Oh, I got it now.
Right,
Okay.
but it's
Okay.
still like a closed loop server.
Yeah. It's like locked down.
Yeah,
Okay.
which I was like, that's the world we're living in. Like, we're all gonna have the digital safe, and it'll be like this
Right.
closed loop server in our house that'll be powered by Patrick Riley's rotating magnetic what is
Magnetic
he called?
motor. I don't
No,
know.
he had a cool name for it too. Now we're
I
dropping
can't
the ball.
remember what
Sorry, Patrick. We love you,
know. We
bro.
love you, Patrick.
Yeah, we like your little spinning electricity machine.
I want to build that so bad.
Dude, you should build it. Totally do it. You better do it. Do it.
I definitely
just go for it. Spend all your check. No, don't listen to me on that. But you should do it. All right, let's get into that next one.
All right, let's get into the next one.
Oh no, delete this crap. Just kidding. All right, let's get into it.
So the final thing on this meme that she has is U.S. regulators. In the United States, digital asset custodians are subject to regulation by a combination of federal and state authorities. The primary federal regulatory bodies involved include the Securities and Exchange Commission, which is the SEC. No, Gary. SEC oversees entities dealing in securities, and then there's also the Commodities Future Trading Commission, which is the CFTC, and they are responsible for regulating commodities and futures. So the SEC oversees the dealing with securities, and the Commodities Future Trading Commission regulates the commodities and futures market. Additionally, the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, which is called FinCEN, they require custodians to comply with anti-money laundering, which is AML. These are regulations, and also to register as money services, money service businesses, which are called MSBs. So that's another. I don't think I had that on my term sheet. And then at the state level, digital asset custodians may need to obtain licenses depending on the jurisdiction in which they operate. For instance, New York has established the BIT license, which is a regulatory framework specifically for virtual currency businesses, while other states may have their own licensing requirements. So, and again, this is something that Mr. Mann is building, depending on who you're dealing with, so that you know which jurisdiction they are in and if they're adhering to the regulatory framework that's in place for the jurisdiction that they're operating out of. Because until all this stuff gets nailed down, some places are adhering to them and built their services with regulation in mind, and others haven't. But I think that it's very interesting what's happening right now. We're getting closer than we ever have been when it comes to regulations. For people that live in New York, where it's much more challenging sometimes, like certain, I mean, aren't they, isn't that where they can't even buy certain coins and stuff there, right?
Oh man,
but I remember I did something on them a long time ago, the state of New York, and they're far down the road in it. They're building out their regulatory framework, and I mean, the fact that they've established the BIT license, it's a big deal. So I guess wherever you choose to deal with, especially if you're going to choose a place to custodian your assets, you do want to make sure that they are adhering to the regulatory framework that's put in place for their
because it's barely there.
Right.
The framework is barely there. Where the framework is already in place with everything else that we've always participated in. The framework for this is barely there. The world's figuring it out globally and jurisdictionally. So, watch out for that false sense of security or hope. And, if you're starting to feel comfortable, it's time to get a little uncomfortable. And I mean that in the sense of it's so easy for us, and I've experienced this multiple times in my crypto journey, and I'm sure I will as I progress. But I have honed in on this because it is a weakness, and the weakness is I get comfortable and I feel safe where the cryptos are at, right? It's like, well, if I feel safe, then I stop doing my due diligence to ensure that they are still a safe place to be or to deal with it, to do business with, kind of like an audit. We haven't really had to do that, in our lifetimes. It's just, hey, that's what everybody else is doing. Okay, yeah, sure, okay, blah blah. Well, everybody, all these departments watch all this crap. Okay, I guess that's good. So but now it's far, it's totally different in the sense of there isn't a big framework and system in place yet. Frameworks being built in regards to regulations, and that's in the pipework. It's really happening at a very exponential rate.
Yeah.
We're gonna be there, but it's just not there. So even if it is there, like in 2030, 2028, 2030, somewhere in there, it'll be there. But still, we got to do our due diligence to ensure that those companies that we trust are acting in honor, that they remain trustworthy. Just with any other investment, we hear about some type of investment company, 30 years later, they've been cutting people out of the loop and blah, blah, blah. Tom, what do you got down there? People are mad. They're frustrated. Look, there goes one guy totally upheaved about this hypocrisy that is happening within the financial. Oh, we got to cut the commercial. Sorry, folks. Back in 5.
Right.
Yeah. That's still out there. So even though regulation didn't save you there,
yeah,
right, the departments and agencies that are the mom and dad of that industry in our jurisdiction, they didn't bust the bad guys in the act. Bodies. I'm sorry, that's a bad reference. Crimes had to happen before they came into play. But anyways, enough about that. I digress. Molly, dip a toe knuckle bump to you, lady. That is a wonderful informational meme. I look forward to having you on the show on the dip a toe and going over this information. And also, I want to share one quickie thing that we didn't touch, and then we'll get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Where's okay, so I don't remember how I got to this. So I'm going to highlight it and copy and paste in the chat. Let's see.
Hey, pay me an XLM. What's up?
Whoa, pay me an XLM. What's good? Okay, I don't know if you guys can copy that link there, but I was able to get to this digital book via the thread that through the meme. And I'm going to share my screen.
Oh.
Share my screen.
Yeah. So is this the Val Hill book?
Yeah.
That Molly created?
It is. It
That's
is.
awesome.
Yep. And this is awesome. Now, at first, I was like, "How's this scroll down?" Oh wait, it's a real page turner. Hey. Oh wait, let's go back. I got to share my screen. Add to the stage. There it is.
I'm gonna do big.
Yeah. Let me do this. Oh, whoops. Let's do it over here. Ding. There we go.
Very cool.
I thought this was really, really cool. A guide to tokenized securities. Guys, our real world assets will be tokenized. I put that link in the chat there, and we'll put it in the description down below on this video as well later when we go back and edit some things. But I recommend giving this a great read. This is a simply well put guide. Seriously. Yeah. Well done to Jimmy and Molly.
I have to say, I joined their email, and they have meetings, calls that you can participate in. I mean, look, the amount of information. They really are trying to educate the public.
Yes, they are.
And it's just it's incredible, the amount of time and stuff, and obviously they have a business and that
sure
too, but I'm just saying they really are sharing some really good information, and trying to get it out there amongst the public, not charging for that, and I think that's awesome. Thanks, Rosemary. It is really good, isn't it? And Molly is just a great person. I haven't met Jimmy, but I've heard really good things.
When I first saw this, I was like, "Oh, bro, y'all did this on ChatGPT? Dang, that looks really good for the AI. Like, look at that artwork. Like, dang." No,
did they? No, they didn't do it.
No. I mean, maybe.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
Maybe the artwork. I only say that because I did a video about XDC and all that, and I decided to let chat go and create a thumbnail for me. And I'll be dang, I was like, dang, chat. I mean, yeah, it was pretty cool. But anyways, there you go, guys. Give that book a read, a flip. I like it. It's a real page turner.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, that is pretty cool. It is a page turner, and it's great. And we will put that link. Probably have to send that to the private chat, so that I can grab the link, and then I'll put it in our thing.
Here we go.
But let's make sure we don't have any last questions. Oh yeah, badass title, Money Paradise says. Yeah, that was very, very, very cool. Loving it. Well, my friends, we sure do appreciate you coming to the Dip-a-Toe show.
Yes, thanks for all the love, all 77 of you. We love and appreciate each and every one of you for coming out. And you guys literally are the motivation for this show. You guys showing up. Seriously, we do feel the digital love. It means a lot. It does. And if you're not subscribed to the channel already, if you would please like, share, and subscribe, we would appreciate it. Help our channel grow. At Dip-a-Toe on Rumble and YouTube, and at Dip-a-Toe Show on X. It would be awesome, because we're just little guys right now, but we keep chipping away. That's right. And it'd be really cool for you to be on the ground floor with us as we grow our channel. All right. Anyway, well, I hope you guys have a good rest of the evening. Simon, it's been a pleasure. Always a pleasure to hang out with you, Melissa. Always on the Dip-a-Toe. Yeah. And we will see you guys all back next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Have a good night. Pacific. Yeah. Bye, guys.